Your turn.
Yes. You're better.
I'm having a lot of
You
fun.
are a much better tosser than I am. Hey viewers, it's Mayor Mike Spano from the city of Yonkers, and I'm with.
Mayor Yadira Ramos-Herbert of the city of New Rochelle.
And this is our first ever Across the Table. Okay, Mayor, I got the first card. What does growth look like in your city right now?
That is an excellent question. Similar to you, we're building residential units, apartments. We've authorized 11,000 units. So there's growth in terms of buildings, actually. There's growth in terms of new residents, but there's also growth in what we've been able to invest in our people, in small businesses, in youth programming, workforce development, and with our seniors. So growth looks like a lot of different things depending on who you chat with in New Rochelle. What about Yonkers?
You know what? It's the same thing. We're building housing, and we know that housing is the crisis in this state. And I think that they're looking at our cities to see that we build more housing. And, because we don't have a lot of land left, we can only build up. And so anybody goes to New Rochelle and sees that beautiful city and how it's going up. Yeah. We're trying to do the same thing here in Yonkers. But we have a lot of hills over here, so
That's right.
but we're getting there.
Okay.
And of course we have, as a result of the new housing that we've built, we have now Lionsgate film studios that are coming into Yonkers, and that's a great thing for us. You know?
Hollywood on the Hudson, right?
Hollywood
Is that what I'm
on the
hearing?
Hudson.
Okay.
We use it all the time.
As you should.
All the time.
It's exciting. All right, second question. Mayor. Ooh, this is a good one. What's the hardest part about all of the new development going up right now?
The hardest part about the new development going up is that, at least here in Yonkers, we're built on 2 mountain ranges. And so we're kind of a terraced city. And so when you build something on the water's edge, you're going to offend people behind you, and not just one group, but maybe one level, a group of people, another level group of people, another level group of people. So it requires us to build requires a lot of public hearings, a lot of discussions, a lot of schmoozing, and a lot of negotiating. But because at the end of the day, you don't want to lose the character of the city, which we love. But at the same time, we do need to build the housing, and there are places that we can build, and we can build it and do it quite effectively. But it just takes a little longer, I think, for us. And like I said, we have some pretty active homeowner groups, but we work with them. And I think in spite of the challenges that we've had, we've been able to get a lot done. So how about you? Yeah,
it's an interesting question. So for us, we pre-designated the sites for building. So they were approved about 10 years ago. I think what's tricky now is it's one thing to approve images. It's another when you have to live through the construction, right? And so there's noise, there's inevitably something with the utility. Maybe you have to make a left and a left where you used to make a right. Maybe to get your cup of coffee was a shorter ride and it's longer. So I like to call it, we're in the teenage years. It's a little awkward. We have a sense of where we're going. We certainly know where we were, but keeping people excited and motivated during this transition is something that it takes time to make sure that you explain to residents that we're really moving forward, that there is progress.
I guess I have to take the third card. Yeah. And we'll get rid of this card.
I just told I could throw it.
Yes. I love it. How does transit shape your city's future?
I mean, our whole development is transit-oriented development. So, we have the train that takes us to Grand Central, like you all. We have an Amtrak line, but we're Boston and DC. We have 9 bus lines, and in a few years, we'll have Penn Access as well. So east and west side of Manhattan coming from New Rochelle. And so in the spirit of creating a walkable city, most of our development are revolved around transit so that you can minimize how many cars you need. You can sort of come downstairs from your building, get to work in 35, 40 minutes, and be in Manhattan soon enough, east or west side. And then we're also exploring, we also actually have introduced micromobility. So we have the scooters, and we have something called the Circuit, which you can call almost like Uber on your phone on an app and get a free ride to most points of New Rochelle. Wow. So really thinking about different types of transit to make sure that people can get where they need to go while reducing dependency on cars is like the central tenet of what we're doing. What about Yonkers?
Yeah, it's very similar to New Rochelle. What I love about Yonkers is that, we're kind of in the center of it all. And so we have New York State Thruway, where it's right up the middle.
That's true.
And then you have your own major roadway that goes right through New Rochelle. We have the Hudson line and the Harlem line.
That's right.
So we have train stations, on both the east side and west side of town. The Bronx River Parkway. We have location in terms of we're less than 40 minutes to every single major airport, right? In this area. 20 minutes out of White Plains, 20 minutes out of downtown Manhattan. So or midtown Manhattan rather. And so it's a great feeling when you can sell that to especially masses of people that live in New York or maybe looking for an alternative. When we brought Maya Lin and Dan Wolf up here, she's a famous architect.
Yeah, awesome.
He's passed away, but he's an art collector. But he was like, I live on 70th Street and I work in Brooklyn. But he came to Yonkers and purchased our old jail.
Love it.
And he said, I still don't understand why I go to Brooklyn when I could come to Yonkers. He goes, it's that much quicker and it's beautiful. It's on the Hudson. And so, the question he posed to me was when he was deciding if he was going to buy this property, he said, can you just tell me one question? I said, why? He goes, why not Yonkers? Because I came up here and I'm floored by what I've seen and what I hear. Why not Yonkers?
Right.
We knew that to get the development, we needed to infuse the arts.
Yeah,
and a lot of
for
the
sure.
Money, right, a lot of the money followed the arts, and so and that pushed our development through. So.
Why not Yonkers? That's like a tagline.
Mayor Spano, first word that comes to your mind when you hear New Rochelle?
Queen City.
One strength of New Rochelle right now?
Strength in New Rochelle, accessibility.
What's the energy of New Rochelle?
Positive.
And one word for New Rochelle's future?
One word, dynamic.
Okay.
These are going to be similar questions.
There you go.
First word that comes to mind when you hear Yonkers?
Hollywood.
One thing.
That's good. I like that.
One thing Yonkers is doing really well.
Industry.
One word to describe the energy of Yonkers.
Vibrant.
And one word for Yonkers' future.
Bright. All right. How are local businesses and mom and pop shops doing right now?
I feel like things have really come a long way. We experienced a real lull, especially during COVID and then after COVID. People stayed home. People almost had a different lifestyle. And I feel like as time has moved on, and we've separated from COVID, people are starting to come out more. People are going to dinner more. They're shopping more. They're not. They're finding ways to go outside and to be more social and to be with people. And if that's the case, then that has a net positive effect on our businesses because that's where they're going. So I feel good about that because I feel like when I'm out there, I'm seeing more and more people. Something that's not entirely related, but kind of related. Last year we had 350 kids that wanted to work in summer youth programs, right? This year the applications are 1,500. So there's more and more people want to be out, want to be out and about, and they want to start interacting with people again, and that will be great for business.
No, I mean, in New Rochelle, similarly, I think shopping patterns, how we think of retail and entertainment are different post-COVID. And of course, you can order so much stuff online and have them shipped to your home. So what a downtown looks like has shifted. But last year, we launched $2.25 million in small business grants. So about 16 businesses got a grant. And it's been great because my calendar, you probably can appreciate this, from now to June is so filled with ribbon cuttings from businesses that were either able to open because of the grant or leverage the grant to expand, or even just new businesses who applied, didn't get the grant, but still chose New Rochelle to open. And so almost every other week, I'm literally at a ribbon cutting. And the most recent one, I stood on the street and looked around and could see a coming soon sign, another business that I know is in the pipeline. And so I think, I'm not going to pretend it's perfect or pre-pandemic numbers, but I think we're definitely hitting the mark to start trending upward. Our sales tax revenue is up, but the energy on the street, as I look at the new and the coming soon, and that it's small businesses, I'm seeing a lot of uptick on that. And so I think it's a really exciting time for New Rochelle and our small businesses.
That's right.
Your turn.
Yes. You're better.
I'm having a lot of
you
fun.
are much better tosser than I am. How do you make people feel safe?
I'm sure you think about this a lot, like I do. And so I think some people might default to like more police, but that's not necessarily it, right? So here's an example. We took a drone down one of our busiest corridors over all of our street lamps and assessed which lights were out. And that way we could go back and replace the light bulbs. It's something as silly as that, lighting.
Yes.
You know, it's thinking about cleaning. It's thinking about making sure that that I think storefronts being open, businesses being open, so there aren't like dark stretches of corridor, right? I mean, we do work with our police department, who I love and value so much, and we have now a bike patrol, and we're opening these like satellite stations at some of our busier kind of parking areas. But it's not just police. There's an infrastructure element to it as well, and I'd argue the economic development element as well. When people are up and down the street at night shopping or grabbing dinner, grabbing a drink, going to a comedy show, it kind of eliminates that desert feel of like I have to walk. You know, you can sort of walk openly, freely, and enjoying the road. So it's a little bit of everything that lets people, you can throw all the stats you want. I'm sure you know this. You can throw all the stats about crime and arrests that you want, but if people don't feel it, that doesn't land. And so it really is an all hands on deck approach, I think, to really create that true sense of safety. What about you guys?
No, it's great. I love talking to you because you and I mirror in so many ways, but yeah, you come down to South Yonkers, right? It's an older community. If it's not lit properly, people think automatically there's crime there, right?
Exactly.
If we don't clean the streets, they think it's unsafe. If there's graffiti on the walls, they think it's unsafe. The street lights and all, like I said, and these are the quality of life issues that we tackle all the time. We are always going at, especially our waterfront, saying, we need to keep it clean. We need to plant flowers. We need to keep our sidewalks fixed and our, you know, and our potholes filled and our street lights on. And that is the way you can change the perception, because at the end of the day, a lot of people will be very surprised if they knew the crime statistics in terms of what happens on the waterfront and in terms of happening everywhere else in the city. Some people might be surprised. They might think, well, geez, my perception is that crime is higher there, but it's in fact not. And so, you know, how do we make them feel safe? Well, we go out there and do the things that we're doing, which is these quality of life issues that make people feel, okay, the lights are on, I can walk down the street. You know, in our business, perception is reality. We want to change those perceptions, and we can only do that by doing the things we're doing.
Agree.
You don't need to live in New York City to have a great city experience.
Listen, I live right alongside the Bronx River Parkway. I am 20 minutes out of Midtown. I am 20 minutes out of White Plains. I know, I should be talking. And 20 minutes out of White Plains, 20 minutes out of Midtown. If I want to, I go to the city very often. I love going to the city, whether it's going to the show or going to a restaurant. I love living so close to the city.
Similarly, in 35 minutes, I can hit any sort of event in the city without thinking about it, and I'm back home. As I sometimes tell my kids, any day of the week, we can go to the city and have an experience that some people save for their whole lives to have. And we can just do it anytime we have some downtime or plan for it. So we're both lucky.
The best food spots aren't the most well-known ones. 3, 2, 1. Mayor Ramos-Herbert.
I mean, by well-known, they don't have to be the jazziest, most well-advertised. They can just be the spot that the community knows, or that you know, that has the home cooking, the soup, the kind of just energy that brings you to a good place. So it doesn't need to have jazzy marketing.
Totally agree with you. You know, because there's so many people compacted into a small area in our community, we have some great restaurants.
Yes, I know.
And a lot of these great restaurants, they don't really have to advertise. They don't really have to go out there and get customers, because they're packed every single night. And, you know, different groups, Mexican restaurants, Italian restaurants, some of the best are right here in my city. And I've gone to a few in here.
Yes, no, absolutely.
You know, I'm a little biased towards Yonkers.
I
So
get it.
try
I'm
to,
a little biased.
I tend to stay in the Yonkers,
Yeah.
but yes, some great restaurants, and I think that they're not talked about much because they don't really need a customer base. They have it and already built in.
Agree.
Summer is the best season in your city. 3, 2. Go ahead first.
We have so much outdoor music in New Rochelle. The city of New Rochelle sponsors a summer concert series every Saturday at Ruby D Plaza called Summer Sizzle, which is really exciting, like May to August. And then our New Rochelle Council on the Arts sponsors Summer on the Sound Wednesday and Friday on the waterfront, live music, food trucks. So it's like almost 3 nights a week you can get live music. It's exciting.
That's awesome. Yeah, and we do something similar. We do the summer series, a music series, and they're in our parks. They're on the waterfront. And it's kind of a way to get people out at night. We have movies in the parks.
So exciting.
And so we go into you might go into a specific neighborhood, play an old movie
Love it.
on a nice hot summer night, and it works. It just gives families in our communities a place to go. Yonkers, while we're while we're a city that has its own economic activity, is still very much a bedroom community to New York City.
Yeah, of course.
And 40 different communities that call
Love
Yonkers
it.
home,
Oh my gosh.
they travel about, and that sense of community within this community is something that's strong. We would continue to
that.
encourage.
Love that.
I'll take this one. What's something in your city right now that you think people are sleeping on?
I think something that people are sleeping on is the new businesses that are coming online because of this $2 million grant we were able to give. I've been just going to a lot of ribbon cuttings. I'm just really excited and seeing a lot of coming soon signs. And so I think when people start seeing certain parts of our downtown activated with all of these new restaurants, yoga studio, escape room, they're going to be really impressed. I think the next 6 months to a year, there's going to be some lights on the first floor that weren't on a year ago.
Wow. Yeah, I think people are sleeping on the fact that a lot more activities happening today than like last year, the year before, maybe even the year before that. That the people finally coming out, coming out of their worlds, and they're interacting again, and they're spending money again, and they're spending time with their neighbors. We want walkability in our community. We're starting to see that happening again. So I think that's what they're sleeping on, is that, again, all the things you're talking about that are available. And there's lots of available in terms of summer concerts, restaurants, places to go. And you don't even have to leave our communities to see this stuff happen. You know, you go to Untermeyer Park, it's one of the most visited sites in this whole section.
Stunning.
And it's nice to know that people can go. We're going to put a family center there, by the way.
Oh,
we haven't done that yet. Yeah, we decided that we're getting 4,500 people
I'm one
a
of them.
weekend to come visit Untermeyer,
one of my favorites.
but there's no place to have coffee. So we're fixing that. We're going to fix that.
Bravo. Okay. Ooh, what's a decision you made that people didn't understand at first?
Well, I'll go with the easy one. Raising taxes. It's always a knee-jerk reaction of, please don't raise my taxes. And I understand that because I pay taxes as well. But there are certain economic issues that are currently out there, the pressures that we're all feeling in terms of, whether it be labor contracts or healthcare or pensions and the cost of goods and the lack of federal aid. And it's just a lot of pressures. And at the end of the day, if the federal government can't get it done, it falls to the state. The state doesn't get it done, falls to the city. When the city can't get it done, well, no one gets it done. So we're, at the end of the day, we're the ones that will make it work. So that's that's always, so I always have to go out there and make the case for revenues.
I get it. In a similar vein about making the case. So the last couple of years, what I've been really focusing on is engagement with residents. But stepping aside a little bit from like a town hall style format, which I think sometimes not everyone gets to speak, it can get a little contentious. So I started a Coffee with the Mayor series. So every month I go to different establishments or community groups. And luckily, you know, council colleagues come, people from the professional staff come, and we just have conversations like and we share information, both like what's going on with the downtown, because I think, again, as I mentioned, there's so much going on. It's so much development and it can be uncomfortable. And how do you get good information? So I come with information that I share. But I also want to know how people are experiencing New Rochelle when they open their front door, right? Just not the big city priorities. When you open your door, how are you experiencing it? And when we have our staff there, we can literally just talk almost one-to-one about what you're experiencing. I had a couple of residents who were expecting more of the us versus them setup, and they were ready. And then at the end, I had a resident say, I was ready to get to the mic and say what I have to say to you, but I see what you're doing, I get it, and I like it. And so it's been really successful, just kind of like really just how are you feeling? What can I do to be helpful to your corner of New Rochelle? And how it's helping shape policy, how it's helping us shape responsiveness and engagement. And so, it was a tricky format to explain. But I think over time, people are starting to appreciate it. And they come, we started trying to, we were at different parts of the city and thought maybe the attendance would be based by but people are coming from wherever. They're just going whenever it fits their calendar so that they can have those conversations. And I'm really proud of it.
That's, you know what, you should be. And it's that kind of one-on-one experience. I think that in this political world that we're in today, which is kind of a wacky in some ways, but you're able to make it work. Because it's that one-on-one that people will sit there, have a conversation with you, get an understanding, and then they walk away sometimes even surprised. They go, you know what, I wish I had this conversation with you a long time ago.
Same for us as elected and staff, like hearing people's experiences, you're like, oh, didn't think about that element. How can we adjust and work? So it allows for this like malleability on both sides to understand a little differently. And even if we don't agree, there's nothing that beats the eye to eye, right? And in social media and all the emails, those are fine. But there's something about literally sitting casually and just be like, what's up? Your mayor's here is what I say. Like if someone's like, tell me what's on your mind. And sometimes they'll say, I don't even know how to start. Just start using words. And then inevitably the dialogue, and I bring in staff, I bring in other electeds, and we leave with a little bit more respect. So I'm grateful for that.
What I find is that there are people, no matter what, somehow think that, being the mayor is like being the president.
Right.
It's like they got this
access.
real, grandiose idea of what this position is. And they're pleasantly surprised usually when they go, wow, you're somebody I can reach out and touch. Right? Somebody I can have a conversation with. Somebody, if when you walk past my house and you want to come and have a cup of coffee, you could. These are the types of things that people are surprised about because they don't know. Or they have a perception. Like when I see somebody in the supermarket, right? I've gotten people say, geez, you shop?
Literally.
I'm like, I shop, I cook, I clean, I do all that stuff.
Like humanizing the role, right? We're hockey parents, right? So like humanizing all sides of us. But I respect the opportunity we have to make change, right? Both within our local government, but then advocating, above. So any chance we have, and I know you're this way, that you can just have that conversation and learn. It's
whenever
great.
I'm really stressed out, and whenever when this job, and we all know these jobs can get to you. And things are just out of your control. And you do the best you can every day. There's always 10 crises a day. But I find that when I am really having a tough time with this job, the way I can feel better about this job is I go out there. I go to the events.
So true.
And I see people. I don't know what it is, but when I see people and talk to people, it's probably counterintuitive,
it's
right?
So true.
But when I go and see people, I feel much better.
It's so funny. I'm at similar heavy calendar, or just walking through the downtown, or just they're like, why do you do that? Because when I'm with the people, I don't know who I'm going to run into, right? You don't know. I don't know what questions are coming my way. We have to have the answers for like 300 questions at any given moment. But there is something about being in community with your neighbors that, that you happen to have the privilege of representing that just reminds you, or maybe they just remind you of something you did or say something, or you see the progress of your work. So I'm always like I'm always somewhere walking around, but I think to your point, it gives you that kind of energy to keep going.
All right. So Mayor, thank you for coming. I love having you here. I love the things that are happening in your city. And hopefully we can do this again.
Yeah, thank you for having me here in Yonkers. You know, we're always on a lot of panels, and we always catch up, but this
Yes.
was really nice to sort of be in your space and have these kind of conversations. And
Wow.
I already knew we had a lot in common, but it's really nice just to hear the thoughtfulness, honestly, the thoughtfulness behind your leadership and what you're doing here in Yonkers. And it's a privilege to be in your space, and I hope we do this again.
I can't wait to come over and spend some time with
Yes.
Rochelle. Okay, thanks for watching.